Welcome to today's meditation from the Preston Ribble Methodist Circuit. Today I want to think about what we can learn from other traditions and other people. So I've brought us to Durham Cathedral in the northeast of England. 35 years ago, I used to come here for peace and quiet and reflection during a difficult time. I enjoyed the fact that I was there and could be quiet. But also, I got to enjoy the Methodist Big Sing, a time when thousands of Methodists came together to the cathedral to sing hymns and to celebrate. I hope that soon, once again, the cathedral will echo to the sounds of hymns and songs of praise. We're currently in the time of Lent as we approach Easter, and Lent is a time when traditionally we have taken time to study and reflect. Feels to me like the whole of lockdown has been one big Lent. But that has provided a chance to study other traditions and learn from new people as our own churches have been closed. One of the surprising places where I have found inspiration is from President Obama. The first Black president of the United States left office in 2016. But before he left, he preached the eulogy at a funeral service for a Black pastor who had been gunned down during a Bible study by a white gunman. I had seen before the clip at the end of the eulogy where he switches from preaching into singing Amazing Grace. But it's only recently that I got to hear the whole eulogy. It is a remarkable piece of preaching, and it honours the man who he spoke about. It's not a speech, it's not a piece of oratory, it's a fine piece of preaching. And above all, he talks about the power of grace. He talks about the fact that grace is not earned, but grace is freely given. He talks about the fact that grace is offered to all, whether we deserve it or not. And I found it remarkable that a man from such a different tradition could preach a sermon so focused on an idea that I felt so at home about, an idea that I believe is central to our tradition as Methodists. More recently, I've been listening to President Obama as he talks to one of my great music idols, Bruce Springsteen. They've been chatting about all sorts of things on a series of podcasts from Spotify. President Obama comes from that Black Protestant tradition, and when he speaks, you hear the cadences that roll down in the same way the cadences used to roll down from Dr. Martin Luther King. Bruce Springsteen, on the other hand, comes from an Italian-Irish Catholic tradition. A very different view of church, a different view of spirituality. And yet when these two men get together to talk, what they have is a shared spiritual background. What they talk about when they talk about their experiences, their hopes for their country, and their hopes for the future, is above all the need for redemption. A need to get away from a materialistic view of success. And that need for redemption, whether they're talking about healing the problems of race or climate or social division, brings them back to grace. The fact that redemption lies through the grace that comes from God. So this time of lockdown has been a time when I have been able to listen to other people from other traditions. I've been very encouraged to hear people coming from different backgrounds and yet coming together and recognizing between them their need for God, their need for his grace, and our need for redemption. It's all the more remarkable that someone like me from another country and yet another tradition shares many of the same ideas. And I encourage you to go onto the internet, if it's available to you, to track down President Obama's eulogy on YouTube, or to listen to him and Bruce Springsteen talking on their Spotify chats. I encourage you to think about our need for grace, our need for redemption as we approach Easter. And so I'll leave you with one of the great inspirations from my own tradition that reminds me of the grace of God, and that the heart of it all is a mystery about why Almighty God, creator of this universe, should care and die for me.